I am Lewis Perry. That is that Wonder Woman Jamie Dolan. We are the Angry Geeks, and we are here live tonight to talk to you about Gunpowder Milkshake, The Jungle Cruise, He-Man, Masters of the Universe Revelations, and of course the Suicide Squad. We got comments coming in already. You had a lot of people worried about you, and yeah, I already talked about it, and I had to bring it up because people made me promise to actually say this.
Which
and
I don't know why. Nobody has to worry.
Because people, I don't know. That's a cool background and match. Everything matches tonight. It's pretty cool. We're always in sync.
I'm good at picking things.
I know. Look at you. Good. Hello, Aviva. How are you doing? You're gonna. I think you can pull off Harley, but you're gonna have to dye your hair. But I think you can definitely pull it off. I think it'll be.
I'd have to do a wig. I like this Harley version. I would do this one if I were to ever do a Harley.
But not the comic book version, right?
No, I would do the actual Jester one. I would do that one too.
Okay.
You know, like the animated series Harley. I really like from Batman.
Okay. All right. Hey, Chris Heber is in the house. What's up? I like the background.
Hi, everybody.
Well, thank you very much. So before we get into our topics tonight, which we already listed, what's up with the Wonder Pets? How are the Wonder Pets? How are they? What's going on? How was the horseback
Everybody's
riding?
good. Well, where'd I go? What happened?
What, you're
My
here?
screen went away. Sorry. I got freaked out. So I go riding when I can. Everybody sees my videos. My days off are really screwed up, so I'm having a hard time having some kind of a normal routine. So if people are worried because I'm not active in the world of social media, it's just because I have no time whatsoever to even really, like Saturday I did yard work all day. I had to go to a wedding yesterday. So I was at the wedding, and then I'm either doing dog stuff or I'm at the farm doing stuff with Jack. So yeah.
So false alarm, everything's okay. She's fine.
I'm alive. I didn't fall off, Jack. I'm not in the woods somewhere. I have my watch will actually alert my emergency contacts if I have a hard fall and I'm knocked out unconscious.
I never told you about that.
You told me, yes.
With Jackie, right?
Yes. And I have a funny story after that. If you want to tell that one, it's from Saturday.
All right. I don't know if anyone out through the video scope know about this, but obviously I told Jamie, you got to be careful with those 911 emergency contact calls on your phone. And Anna Marie Donahue says, hello.
Hi.
Because I got an emergency phone call or a text from Jackie, and so Jackie, my daughter, and so did my wife, Rose, and so did Jackie's uncle, my brother, Bobby, and so did my niece, Danielle, saying Jackie fell off a cliff. And that was the voicemail that came through.
It's funny now, but it's not funny when it happened.
Now, I'm at Alternate Universe in Milford, Connecticut, LLC. Angry Geeks Approved, the home of the Angry Geeks. I was at Eric Yako's shop, and I'm doing stuff for Colorado Comic Con, and I'm sitting here. My phone goes off. It's Jackie's ringtone. It's Topanga, the Festival, the Lion King. And it's Jackie. Then all of a sudden, there's a voicemail. I fell off a cliff. What? And it says, this is my location, and all kinds of stuff is going on. So I text her, I call her, and all of a sudden I get this message back. That's right, Nero. And I get this text message back saying, I'll call you right back. All of a sudden, no one can get a hold of Jackie. No one knows what the hell is going on. It's because her phone, the dimness died, and she's hitting buttons. By chance, she hits a button to automatically reply to me. She can't get the phone back up. She accidentally hit the button to send off the 911 alert to everyone. Yes. And so we're all freaking out. And Rose is on her way to Rhode Island because that's where it said she was. She jumps in the car. She's like freaking out to go to Rhode. And finally, Jackie gets her phone working. It says, no, I'm okay. and she's sitting there laughing. She's with one of her friends. Her friend is like sitting there going, "Oh my God, your family is just like Diesel. Your family is
Well,
just
that is
crazy." And she
scary.
goes, "No, you just,
Like,
yeah." Jackie's like, "No, you just don't mess with me. Something happens." Now, all this time, her husband, my son-in-law, is like, "How come I'm not on your 911 list?" And Jackie says, "Because you are the reason for the 911 list." That's just insane. Yes. Yes. Brian Rose says a touchscreen version of butt dialing. Yes, it is. And Chris Hebert says, "Oops." And Joe Goulart in the house. It says, "Hello, Future Springs people." Hello. So, what's your crazy story?
it's not crazy. It's pretty hilarious.
Okay.
So I was doing yard work on Saturday, and
Mhm.
I was clearing out this one part. Apparently, yellow jackets burrow
The killer bees you
underground.
were telling me about. Okay.
Yeah. So I stepped on their hole to their hive. I didn't know it until I legit felt like I got struck by lightning because I got stung. I don't know how many
Ooh.
times. And I'm like running to the house screaming, right? So that happens. And I'm like, I'm over this yard work. I'm going to go ride Jack, take a break. So I go on my wonderful little trail ride. I come back home, like, okay, I'm going to finish my yard work now. But first, I have to take the dogs out. So I got all 3 dogs on their leashes in the backyard, and I'm standing there waiting for them to poop. And I sneezed, which caused Nero to jump on me. That knocked me over. So when I fell, for whatever reason, I peed my pants. Okay. So, wait, it gets better. So then I'm yelling because I'm like, what the F is going on? Dex, my husky, is on his tie out, and he gets the zoomies because I'm on the ground screaming. Apparently, he thinks it's great. So he gets the zoomies, runs around to the deck, runs under the deck stairs, which then knocks a wasp nest off from under the stairs, which caused them to chase me and sting me again. And that was my Saturday. So, and it was all on my right leg. So from my ankle to
Oh,
my right butt cheek, I am completely stung by 2 different types of stinging bugs in the same day. Now, I haven't gotten stung by anything in I don't know how long. And I thought, well, geez, maybe if I just pee on myself again, it works like a jellyfish and it won't hurt anymore. But, I didn't figure that out.
wow.
Yeah.
Only you.
Yeah. I know.
Brian Rose.
Like,
Brian Rose says, "Get a pot of boiling water, pour it down the hole, and give them some
well, so
revenge."
here's the thing. So this starts because I'm a weirdo, my research on yellow jackets. Okay. Because now I have to know everything about my enemy. So I watched this video of this guy that like gets rid of them for a living. And all he did, he had a little bee suit on, so I'm gonna order on Amazon. And he went up to his little shop vac and he like banged on the ground above it because you can hear it's hollow. Now, so here's what is so cool, and now I have to do this. When he dug it up, it was like this huge 6-layer condominium of a hive underground. So now I'm determined, and they use mole holes, and these little yellow jackets actually carry these little pieces of dirt out and make these huge holes in there, and they fill it up with the hive. So now my new project is going to be sucking up yellow jackets with a shop vac so I can unearth their 6-level underground condominium of a hive just to see what it looks like.
All right. Well, we're gonna go back to some comments. Aviva says, "You're so lucky not to be allergic." Chris Hebert said he thought
that I
that his
am.
car dying at 2 a.m. sucked. Hope you feel better.
I'm all
Brian
good.
Rose.
It's just itchy now. They just itch really bad. And I took
Okay.
Benadryl, but I was falling asleep on the way to work.
All right. Brian Rose gave us a little bit too much information. Said, "Don't worry,
You
Jamie.
pee
I
your
do
pants
that
too?
too."
I
Joe
don't even know what
Goulart.
that was all about.
I know Joe Goulart said they don't really bite; they just nibble. And Chris Heber comes back. Sounds like a job for Ant-Man. And yeah, Brian, that's just a little bit too much information. And
He
then Brian
researches stuff.
Rose says, "No, I research stuff too." Yeah,
I
right.
don't normally pee my pants. That's what's so weird about it. I don't know if it's a sign of, they say like after women have kids and they get older, like you'll sneeze and pee your pants. Well, it didn't actually happen until after I fell and hit the ground. So I have no idea like where this came from, but maybe it's just a sign that I'm getting old. I will be 40 in January. So, I don't think that's old, but maybe like biologically,
Jamie,
I don't know.
I love you to death. You know that. You're family to me. You're like my kid sister. You know that. Everyone knows that. Everyone knows how much I love you. This is the second story you told me where you peed yourself. I just
The
want to go
first
on
time
record.
didn't count. I was stuck in traffic for 15 hours.
I just want.
There was nowhere to go. And I tried to pee in a cup. So I
okay.
missed. I didn't
just
really pee my pants that time. That was an intentional miss.
okay. I'm just saying for those of you listening on the Earplug Podcast Network and watching on public access television, this is the kind of relationship that we do have. We do have these conversations. So I just want you guys to know that. And Anne Marie Donahue says, in my head, this hive is like the Great Escape. There's a little bee, Charlie Bronson, down there. Kill him. And
and this is the thing. I learned all these really cool, like the queens are almost like a fluorescent, different color, and there's more than one queen in these yellow jacket hives, but there's only one queen. Just, there's so many things that I learned. So
okay,
yeah,
and Mark says pour a molten cast in the
that
hole.
would be cool. With my luck, it'll just be this little tiny. It won't be epic like the one that Guy dug up, but I'm curious to find out.
And Brian Rose says, "Okay, I'm about to pee. I am about the hole."
He said he's not about to pee.
Okay. Oh, not about to pee. Okay.
Yeah, I look up everything online. I really, once I find something, I have to know everything. And let me tell you, those things hurt when they sting you. Like those wasps, the regular wasps that stung me after, I would take that every single day for the rest of my life because that felt like a little pinch. Those yellow jackets, it legit, I thought I got struck by lightning. I had no idea what hit me. And I have these huge like welts on my leg. And then I had a wedding yesterday that I went to. Thank God my dress was long because that would have been a story. Well, they all knew already anyway, but.
And Joe Goulart says, please, can we play the Green Hornet theme song? No, Joe, I just checked the soundboard. I do not have that lined up right now. Oh, excuse me.
And anytime Lou touches the soundboard, his sound breaks. So,
yes. So no, I can't do that.
Soundboard.
All right, let's get into what are we going to do first? What do you want to talk about first? Gunpowder Milkshake, Jungle Cruise, He-Man, or Suicide Squad?
Well, Jamie, I didn't watch Gunpowder Milkshake, so I can't talk about that. But I did watch everything else.
All right, so what do you want to talk about? You bring it up. You start the conversation with our fans and with me.
Well,
you bring it
I would say He-Man's been out the longest, and we should talk about that one first.
All right. So what are your thoughts on He-Man? What do you think? What did you like it? Did you not like it?
Loved it.
Exactly. I don't know. I don't know what these people are talking about. The people that didn't like it. I thought the artwork was fabulous. I thought the story was great. Did you cry?
I did. Yes. And I watched it on the treadmill. So I don't know if you know how hard it is to be on the treadmill zooming and crying because your throat closes up. And I think I almost died then too.
All right. So we could talk spoilers. It's been out for about a month now. What got you to feels? What made you cry?
Gosh, the exact parts I don't remember because I feel like it's been a while since I watched it. It was towards the end though. Like I didn't cry any of the beginning episodes. The beginning, I was like, wait, what is going on? Because you first watch it and you're like, how are you going to have He-Man without He-Man?
Well, see, that's the thing. It's not called He-Man. It's called Masters of the Universe.
But I feel like the assumption overall is that it was going to be solely based off of him. And I'm glad it wasn't. I really like how the whole thing played out.
See, now I'm waiting for season. I'm waiting for season 2 because there is a lot of Joe Goulart says, try this one. No, I do have the Green Hornet soundbite. It's just not loaded into the soundboard, and Jamie is forbidding me to touch the soundboard because
when Lou touches the soundboard, you won't be able to hear him after that. And
we were having difficulties with the soundboard in the past couple weeks, so I really can't touch the soundboard. It's called the Masters of the Universe, not He-Man and the Masters of the Universe, or not He-Man. I mean, and like the other incarnation of the cartoon. I don't know where I was going. Joe Goulart kind of screwed me up there for a second, but I dig it. I thought it was a great cartoon, great series. I'm waiting for season 2 to come out because Teela and her storyline.
Yes.
There's something about it that is following the comics. I have a great suspicion that it's following the comics because she's very against magic. And those in the know what I'm talking about because they did follow this through the toy line and through the original comics that came with the toys and through the DC comics and the Marvel comics because it was originally Marvel, then it was DC, then Marvel, then DC again, and then boom. So there is something with Teela that has to do with magic. And if you're in the know, you know. Yeah. If not,
I love her.
Yep. So there is a lot. Oh, we have Tony is in the house, and he was another one. Hey, Tony, how you doing? Yep, we are talking
about me. I'm not dead.
Right now, I do want to give a very special shout out to Tim Board, the #1 Hawkman fan in the world, all the way from Japan. And Tim, thank you for joining us here tonight. And Tim says, all your live link. I want to poke my head in and say hi at work, and I'll be in and out. Thanks for the bees warning. You're welcome, Tim. Now, I just want to give a really quick shout out. Tim is the world's biggest Hawkman fan, and this is a proven fact. He runs Hawkworld. Hawkworld is a website that you can find online. Angry Geeks approved, of course. He also runs Hawkworld on Twitter, Hawkworld on Instagram. Tim knows everything there is.
Girl cosplay because it's amazing.
Yeah, I already shared it with him. I shared it with the group already. Tim knows everything there is to know about Hawkman. And even over in Japan, Tim is the man. I had him as a guest on the Angry Geek Show once before, and I would love to have him back. He is awesome. He actually once even wrote the Angry Geeks in Japanese. So I have to actually pull that out. Maybe, we'll throw that up here once again. Tim is just an awesome individual.
Make a t-shirt.
Yes. Oh my God. Yes, that's a great idea.
One of our artist friends can make anime Jamie and Lewis and then use that on the shirt.
Yes, that is a brilliant idea. And Ian is in the house.
I have those. Hi,
yes,
Ian.
You do. Oh my God. Ian's in the house, and Ian says he thought the Master of the Universe was a lot of fun. I'll definitely check out the second half of the story. It was lots of fun. I loved it, and I really want to see where they're going with Teela. I hope they're going to bring this, what I'm talking about, what I'm alluding to, into the light. I mean, if those in the know what I'm talking about, Ian, I'm pretty sure you might know what I'm talking about. If they bring it in, I really awesome. And Brian Rose, I don't want to bring your comment up, Brian, because that is kind of
that's the great area.
I don't want to bring it up right now. That's not just in the 2000 reboot. That's also in the comics. That's also in the original comics. I don't want to bring that up because then everyone stay away from Brian Rose's comment. Can we delete that comment? That is Yes,
No,
Brian.
you
Sorry,
can't believe it.
I got to.
It's a conspiracy theory. Brian just posted a conspiracy theory.
Brian. No. And Tim Board. Angry Geeks is the first group that approved Hawk World. That's so awesome. Angry Geeks is. Also send me a royalty check for the t-shirts. Thanks a lot, Jamie. Thanks a lot. We finally making some moolah, and now we got to do it. Thanks.
I thought it was a good idea.
It is a good idea. Of course, we have to give Tim some credit for that. And Tony says, I really like the arc with Duncan, even though it convinced me to like Orko. I think Skeletor was done right, and Teela was too harsh. She
like
needed
Teela.
to be. I think it was. I think it was fantastic. It was very well put together. And Brian said, it's okay. It's okay. I understand. I'm too casual about He-Man to realize the can of worms I was opening. Oh, yeah, for sure.
Oh, yeah, he says.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Wrong show. I definitely give He-Man 5 Angry Geek shields because I absolutely loved it. I thought it was fantastic.
I thoroughly agree.
Yeah, season 1 is definitely watchable. I do have. I actually went out and in the Geek Lair. I have He-Man, Skeletor, and Teela. I have the action figures right over.
Nice.
Yes, I do. Right over there in the corner. Over there.
What kind of toys are they? Like the old school ones, or like the new ones?
The new ones for the Netflix series. Rose actually.
And where is Kevin? Why isn't Kevin here talking about
I know.
this?
Kevin's not here. Kevin should be here. I did talk about He-Man on another show, and Kevin did jump in, but
he told me that. I'm very mad at you about that, actually.
I'm sorry. I kind of got roped in. I'm everywhere. This is here, but everyone wants me. I'm like a rock star. You know, I can't help it.
Lou's head is getting like this big.
No, it's not. Never. Angry Geeks is number 1. Always will be number 1. You may not like it, but accept it because that's the way it is.
I do also like the sorceress's outfit, and I feel like I need that in my life.
The sorceress's outfit?
Yeah, in my cosplay life. The hawk with the wings that come down.
Oh, okay. Yes, you could pull that off. Tony says, Jamie, how do you pronounce Tony's last name?
Cerullo.
That's what I said. Anyway, Tony says that I need to. Tony says I need to sign a contract with Slim Jim. What do you think?
How were you going to say Tony's last name?
Cerullo, just like that. Tony Spencer.
No, that's not what you were going to say.
I was going to say Spencer. I was going to say Spencer. Yeah. I got a t-shirt.
Lies.
I got to wear it. I got something planned. Tony Spencer. No, not at all. Not at all. Anyway, I think you would rock the sorcerer outfit. Definitely. Sorceress.
The saucer outfit?
Sorceress. See, you got me all flustered and everything. I think you could rock that. I think you can definitely.
The sorceress? Is that a dinosaur?
Yes. We love you too, Tony. No, I think you can rock that for sure. Jungle Cruise. What did you think?
I love that movie too.
Oh my God.
CGI was terrible. It was hilarious. And I cried and I loved it so much.
All right. How was the CGI terrible? I mean, if
I didn't think it was, but I saw many complaints online about the CGI in that movie, and I didn't think it was that bad. I loved it. I don't even care.
I did not think that the CGI was that bad either. I loved it. I thought it was a great throwback to Pirates of the Caribbean meets Indiana Jones. You know,
and it kind of was.
Yes, and
there was like unexpected things. Like I'm usually really good at predicting what's going to happen, and I did not predict. So I don't want to spoil it for people that haven't seen it that want to watch it. But the one part where they were at the like that camp, like the Aboriginal people camp, and then The Rock, they're fighting.
Yes, I know what you're talking about. Well, then that will bring us to our next subject movie and almost the same thing. Yeah, but I get what you're talking about. I did not predict that either, but I did not think The Rock was who he was.
Right. Well, and that's exactly the other part of it too. I was like, wait a minute, what? It was awesome.
Yeah, it was. It was really good. I thought the CGI
I love
was
even the other, what were they, pirates? That kind of turned into, they were cursed.
Conquistadors.
Yeah, the conquistadors, yeah. Like all their little differences and like how they came back to life and like what they were made of. Like I just thought it was so cool.
Well, the one guy that kept eating himself, the honey guy, the bees.
Yeah, the bees.
That guy, that was funny. The snake. I mean, I think it would have been
bees. I just want everybody to know, like, I want to have bees. Like, I want beehives and to have my own bees. But it was just not a beautiful weekend for me.
I see what you did there. I think that the CGI was good. I mean, I seen the things going, 2003. What call they want their CGI back.
Yeah, I didn't think it was bad at all. I really didn't. Like I mean, I don't know. I just loved it.
Well, did you watch it at home? All right, did you watch it at home? Yeah, so did I. I watched it at home on Disney Plus. I thought it was I thought it was really good. It kept my attention. It's definitely a movie I would watch again. The story, it was a fun movie. It made you laugh. Like I said again, it was a cross between Raiders of the Lost Ark and Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah. It hit everything. He was awesome. And like honestly, like I laughed, I cried, it kept me interested. Like there weren't any parts where I was like, I actually paused it, when I had to get up and like take the dogs out. Usually I just go out real quick and come back in. Like I didn't want to miss any of it.
Well, I was like, he didn't want to help Emily Blunt's character. He didn't want to help. He didn't want to help. He didn't want to help.
Yep.
And all of a sudden he sees the arrowhead and he's like, okay, I'll help. And don't go in my quarters. Don't go in my quarters. And of course, she goes in there. Then you think, all right, Frank is a dirt bag. He's going to be a crit. And it was like, what the hell? And Tim Board is still here. And Tim says the director of Jungle Cruise is also the director of Black Adam. I'll be honest, this concerns me a little. JC was fun, but I hope Black Adam has an approach. I know, Tim, I know how you feel. I hope they do Hawkman justice in Black Adam. I know exactly where you're coming from, but I think this is a labor of love for The Rock. I'm talking about Black Adam, and he wants to do the character justice. Pardon the pun. I think Black Adam will be a work of art. So I think Hawkman is in good hands. I truly do. So I think you and I will be saluting each other from over the ocean when that movie comes out. For sure, my friend. I thought the effects were great. I thought that the Jungle Cruise was fantastic. I'm going to give that 3 3/4 Angry Geek Shields for sure for the
really 3 3/4.
Yeah, 3 3/4. And I'll explain why. Tim Bohr said wings crossed for sure, my friend. Wings crossed. Yeah, I'm gonna say 3 3/4 only because Paul Giamatti was only used just a little bit, and I wish there was more of him. And I really didn't like. There's one thing where the conquistadors, how the Germans just found them. They just like walked right into the cave.
Yeah,
here they are.
They just were like, like they just knew.
Yeah, I didn't get that. I didn't like that one part. So there was a couple things that didn't jive with me. Other than that, I did enjoy it. So I'm gonna give it 3 3/4 stars out of 5. So it's just that's how I feel. I didn't like how did they end up there?
and he knew about the river and he threw the river water. It's like, how did you do that?
Yeah, like how did he know that to put the river water? Like how did he know
exactly. I like, did I miss something? I was like gonna read. So that's
Yeah,
my
that's
reason.
true.
That is my well. So what are you gonna rate it, Jamie? What do you think about the
well, it's getting 4 from me. 4 out
4?
of 5 for me. Yeah.
All right. So
I
now,
really
would you
liked
see it in? Okay. Would you see it in the
Yeah,
theater or?
I would. Yeah, I would see it in the theater. You know what I want to see? What is it? The Green Knight?
I seen the trailer. I've seen a
I
bunch of the
want to
different
see that.
trailers. It looks good. What I want to see is a movie called Cop Shop. That looks fantastic.
Are there hot
Gerard
cops in
Butler.
it?
Yes, yeah.
Like hot cops?
Oh, Ian Chase Nichols comes in, and Ian says the Green Knight was excellent.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cop Shop. I can't even talk now. I just saw the trailer over the weekend. Michael Gorillo and Gerard Butler is in this movie. Gerard Butler plays a hitman. Michael Gorillo is wanted by the mob. He gets himself arrested, thinking that being in jail will protect him from the hitman coming after him. Gerard Butler is a hitman. He gets himself arrested to get Michael Gorillo, and all hell breaks loose while all these other hitmen ascend on the police station to get Michael Gorillo. It's a definitely action comedy. Looks fantastic. I want to see it. Check out the trailer. It's called Cop Shop. It looks great. It's my type of movie.
You watch Cop Shop. I will watch The Green Knight.
Well, Ian says that
not my kind of movie.
Well, a lot of people are comparing. Ian, tell me what you think. A lot of people are comparing the Green Knight with Excalibur, going back to 1979, 1980. Is that true?
That's okay. What's wrong with that?
Oh no, I just wanted to know if the comparison was
Oh.
there. That's what I've been hearing. I do want to see the Green Knight. It does look amazing, but I'm just wondering if it's in the right category because Excalibur was really cool. Back when I was a kid.
I did like that movie. It was still a good movie. I watched it. I liked it. I love all those kind of
Suicide.
movies.
Yes, Suicide Squad, Jamie. What did you
Suicide
think?
Squad. I really liked that one too. I thought it was hilarious.
Okay, where did you watch it at home?
It was over the top. Yeah, I watched it at home. It was over the top. It was like gory. It was just I thought it was great. Like when that detachable guy's arms came off and what Harley said, it was exactly what I was thinking. And I'm like, what the heck is going on right now? And it was just so I thought it was great. I
went to this. Okay, I actually seen the Suicide Squad twice over the weekend. I went to the theater with Cody and Neil on Thursday night, and then I watched it on Saturday night with Rose on HBO Max. I was floored. Sitting in the theater, I just loved it. I mean, the soundtrack. This is a movie that I had to see on the big screen. Just like WW84.
Yeah, I think I'm picking Jess up this weekend, and I think after like next week or next weekend, him and I'll go see Suicide Squad and the Green Knight in the theater. Because I feel like I need to see that on the big screen.
Yep. Joe McDonald says he gave it 4 out of 5. After I go over what I thought from the very beginning of the film, once again, the soundtrack, it was just killer.
Yep.
As I was sitting there when the movie started, I'm picking out different characters, and I was just like, just sensory overload. Harley Quinn, funny. Her one-liners were just great. Some of the best one-liners was she was waiting for a sign from God, and then when Bloodsport says Jesus Christ, and she said, "Well, him too," or any of the big ones. I was just on the floor laughing.
In my opinion, the heart of the movie and heart of the team is Ratcatcher 2.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I agree.
The tagline from the movie, "Don't get attached." Certainly do not get attached to these characters. And I did my hardest not to get attached to King Shark. We all know that Stallone, my hero, was the voice of King Shark. He is King Shark. All the time. I was immediately attached to King Shark. And I loved the character. I became so attached to that character because, I mean, he was not only funny, it was just, he was so childlike. And when he dropped the F-bomb, because they wouldn't let him go, and he threw that temper tantrum, it was just hilarious. Joe McDonald's coming up with some great comments right now. Yes,
I too would love a Sebastian Stuffy. Oh my God. Like when he was just like, give me this little bit. Oh, I told Ian, I was like, I'm getting a rat. Like as Nero brings me a ball. Thank you, Bunga.
I think Weasel was just hilarious. Weasel was hilarious. For what we saw of Weasel was just
for what we saw, yeah.
Movie, the Weasel run is just funny. I mean, I want to see someone do the Weasel run at a con. The whole movie was just great. Harley Quinn's red flag was just so off the wall, and her reasoning. And I got one word for everyone who's seen the movie: Milton. Did anyone catch that at all? Milton. As it was playing out, did anyone actually see that happening?
No.
See, you don't even, do you remember?
No. I don't even...
Milton. You don't remember Milton?
I can't. No.
Oh, Jamie.
Like, it's a vague...
Aviva says yes. Aviva says yes. It was like every time with Milton, I was like, what? And then when something happens with Milton, and Mark says totally, I was like, what the hell? Because every character was like, no. And then when it finally happened, they were like, when was this love affair with Milton? From the beginning? You really don't remember Milton? So the joke actually worked. And hold on. And Joe McDonald says, to quote Harley Quinn, who was Milton? Well, we just spent 3 hours
saying that. Who was Milton?
To quote Harley Quinn again, we just spent 3 hours talking about him. And to quote Bloodsport, that's not my name.
We just spent 3 hours talking about him.
Yeah. Oh my God, that's perfect. Milton was just absolutely hilarious. Now, the whole thing too was the villain wasn't actually the villain. That was a great twist. I mean, the whole movie was about control. You know. Now, 2 cutscenes. One very powerful, one very comical. The first cutscene that we had. Now, did you see both cutscenes or no?
I might have saw both of them.
Okay.
I don't know.
All right. The first one.
I remember the one of Weasel getting up and.
Okay. Then there's one at the very end after all the credits.
I'm trying to remember. I don't know.
All right.
Talk about it.
All right. Hold on. Check.
Are you typing
private
it?
Hold on. Private comment.
Oh, yes. I did see that one. Yeah.
Okay. All right. And that just blew me away. Now, that cutscene, I didn't see in the theater because.
Oh, you left after the first one?
we all had to go to the bathroom.
Oh,
so we all,
that
that was
your
a good scene. Yeah, exactly. I didn't want to be called Jamie, so I left really quick. And then Cody, we got in the car. Cody goes, "Oh, there was another one." I was like, so when we watched it, later on, I saw it. When I got home, I fast forwarded HBO Max and saw the second one. I thought it was great. I just, I mean, the characters you just knew not to get attached. The costumes were pretty much spot on from the comic books, and I think Bloodsport. At first I didn't dig the mask because I'm used to Bloodsport from Superman issue 4. But then I noticed, okay, they went with the newer costumes of him.
I thought he was cool looking.
Oh man, I just enjoyed it. I really, really loved the movie. Harley, and of course, always she is Miss Suicide Squad. I knew going into the film they weren't going to kill her off. Ratcatcher 2, definitely the heart of the film. Bloodsport was just a phenomenal character. And I love the movie. I thought it was fantastic. I'm going to give it 5 out of 5 Angry Geek Shields for sure. Soundtrack was fantastic. Character interaction, fantastic. It was hilarious. It just made you laugh.
That was the other thing. Everybody's like, "Oh, it's bad acting." Blah blah blah. I didn't. I loved it. I too give it 5 out of 5.
Yeah. Joe McDonald says favorite DC film since Heath Ledger was the Joker. I would agree. I certainly would agree. It was just a big barrel of fun. And what it also established was it showed you all about control. It showed you from the very beginning to the very end. Everything was about control. Amanda Waller controlling the Suicide Squad, and the Thinker was controlling this entity. This entity was controlling the Thinker. You know, everybody was controlling somebody in this movie, and they had to break free of that control. And eventually they do. Everyone ends up breaking free of the control that they were under. And it started off with that Johnny Cash song that he recorded while in prison, performed while in prison, which was just brilliant, and every song that they had in that entire movie fit. And did you notice that Harley Quinn was the only one in the movie that sung?
Such a good soundtrack. So good.
Yeah, and Mark Mark says that he laughed the whole movie. Oh, I did too. I just thought it was seriously funny. Like I said, I sat down and watched it twice, and yeah, Joe, I was going to get to that. Small spoiler. John Ostrander was the doctor putting the brain bomb in Savant. Yes, he was. That was the creator of the Suicide Squad, Volume 1, who put the bomb in the back of Savant's head and said, "Good dog." That is John Ostrander. That was him. That's the man himself. I liked it. Now, the only thing I didn't like is when Ratcatcher, when she was talking about getting arrested for armed robbery, I wish she said that it was in Gotham City. That would have been pretty awesome. But she didn't. She did not say it was in Gotham. But I did like
it was.
What's that?
You can pretend it was.
Yes, I could pretend it was. But I did like how they did mention Superman, of course. I can't get enough of it. I just thought it was great. People that say it was bad and no, the acting was horrible or the costumes were bad. What the hell are they talking about?
I feel like they go into these movies with their vision and their expectation of what it should be. And I feel like with any of these, you just have to go in with an open mind and not have any expectations, because it would be so hard to make any film exactly the way the comics are, and they have to stray from it a little bit to make it appealing for the movie audience, and you can't hold it to these strict standards. You just can't.
It's very true. I totally agree with you. But again, some movies, they do end up breaking your heart. Like I say this over and over again. Jonah Hex just broke my heart. I did go into that movie with high expectations, and it just destroyed me. One of my all-time favorite characters, and they just, I mean, he looked the part, he acted the part, but it wasn't Jonah Hex. It just, I mean, they just destroyed a whole story for me. This, on the other hand, was just perfect. It was just a beautiful story.
Yeah.
And
it
King
went
Shark,
by fast.
It did. It did for a 2
I feel like it was a blur. Yeah.
For a 2 hour and 12-minute movie, it did go by very fast. Lots of surprises. You really didn't think certain things were going to happen. The way King Shark was treated by the teammates, or by the brothers and sisters, by the family at first, the way he was treated as an outcast, but by the end, even though he was the biggest out of all of them, they treated him as the baby brother of the group, kind of.
Yeah.
And I really, I liked it. I really, really did. And I again, 5 out of 5. I can't get enough of it. Joe McDonald says the Batman in the nipple suit. Me too. Me too, for sure. For sure.
I mean, that is really weird. I never understood the nipples.
No, I mean,
like, whose idea was that? For real?
Yeah, it had to have been. Everyone said it was Joel Schumacher.
To put
Joel,
but like, what do you like? Oh, I think this suit should have nipples. And nobody was like, no.
That probably no. Well, obviously, because they put nipples on the bat suit.
I'm just saying. I don't know. It's just weird. It's weird.
It's there.
What do you think, Nero? Nero said it's weird too. Right, Bunga? It's weird.
You can watch. Batman and Robin is so bad. You can actually watch it now on the Roku channel for free.
Whoa.
Yeah, that they put all the bad movies there. They put all the bad movies
Is that what you're saying?
Roku channel. So this week we got a lot of good TV coming out this week. On Wednesday, we have What If starting on Disney Plus. I'm very excited about that.
Oh, and then, a new show for me to watch.
Yes, and then on Friday, HBO Max. Oh, see, now that you have HBO Max, you can go back and you can watch season 1 and 2 of Titans, because season 3 starts this Friday on HBO Max. Now you heard me talk.
My God.
Yes. Now you heard me talk about Titans season 1 and 2.
Mm-hmm. And you really liked it a lot.
Yes, I did. We both know that, young lady. So you can go back and watch season 1 and 2. And now Tim Board is back again. And yes, he was in the movie. He actually put the bomb in Savat's neck. It was pretty cool. He goes, "Good dog." Aviva says, yes, can't wait for What If. And Mark says, love Titans, almost done with season 2. Yes,
well, yeah, I can start watching Titans now because I ran out of shows, and I've been watching this dog training show in the morning. So, not that I don't love to watch that either, but it's hard to cry when you're on the treadmill.
See, to be honest with you, see, now, if I had my choice to tell you what to watch, I wouldn't have you watch Titans. I'm telling you to watch Titans only because season 3 starts Friday. I personally would have you watch Doom Patrol first.
Doom Patrol. That's like so far behind, and you already talked about it.
Doom Patrol is just
so
amazing.
If I watch that, then my current shows are going to be behind, and then I'm always going to be behind. And you're going to be like, when are you going to watch the show so we can talk about it?
Exactly. So you're going to have to watch Titans, and then I know. And Joe McDonald says it. And apparently, Doom Patrol Season 3 is coming shortly after that. Yes, Doom Patrol is just amazing. Aviva says that she is so far behind on Doom Patrol. Doom Patrol is one of the best shows that came from the DC network over to HBO Max. Just fantastic. I like Doom Patrol better than I like Titans. And Mark says, but we love Doom Patrol. Yeah, it is. It's much better than Titans, but I do want you to watch Titans so we can talk about Titans each week, because you will definitely like Titans for sure. But what if? I'm really excited about this Wednesday night. I'll be watching it right away. Can't wait. Can't wait to see what if and see where they're going to be bringing us. I think it's supposed to be 8 episodes, I believe. I don't know. Don't know what to expect. We're certainly not going to get some of the comics that I liked as a kid. They're probably going to be all brand new stories based on the movies, or the MCU, as we like to call it. Personally, I would like to see some of the comic book stories. What if Spider-Man joined the FF, or what if the Invisible Girl had died? Those stories, or what if Elektra had lived, or what if Jane Foster had found Thor's hammer? Those are the stories that I would love to have seen as what ifs, or what if Conan was stranded in the 20th century? Those are what I would like to see. But what if series, as far as I can tell, they're going to be all based on the MCU. Joe McDonald says, do we know what if episode is supposed to drop first? No, we don't. But I'm going to assume if they're following the MCU, it's maybe either an Iron Man 1 or Captain America. That's what I'm going to assume. So it might be Captain Carter might be first. Going in order, I would assume. I don't know. Jamie, it's about that time. Please tell everyone where they can find you and us each and every week, and what they can look forward to in the upcoming episodes.
You can find me everywhere at that WonderWoman.1. You can find us on Facebook and Instagram at The Angry Geeks, or our website at theangrygeekshow.com.
And I am Lewis Perry. That is Jamie Dolan. Thank you very much for spending this last hour with us and listening to how Jamie Peter Pants got stung by bees and how I just am being a goofball.
And I'm gonna dig up. I'm gonna dig up that beehive and I'm gonna record it. This is me digging.
Oh, and I'm gonna edit that with music. I'm Lewis. That's Jamie. We'll see you guys next week. See ya.
This has been an Earplug Podcast presentation, found on earplugpodcast.com, iTunes, SoundCloud, and wherever your favorite podcasts are found.